Don't be a slapdick. This is the real Coach JB. It's a great day to have a great day on the Benched NFL podcast. Peace.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode number 200. Hey, welcome. Welcome to episode 200. Awesome. On today's show, we're going to get into Angels' top 10, Angels' heavenly top 10, going into week 18, and then talk about maybe some playoff hopes.
Yeah,
some
comes up. Scenarios.
Enjoy it. I forgot to AO. My bad, guys. Happy New Year, boys. Happy New Year. Full disclosure, we are recording this on a Monday, and last night we got chocolate wasted at AJ's house. Yeah, it's episode 200. Happy New Year's Day. Hope you enjoyed your night last night. Hope you drank and drove responsibly.
Yeah.
And hope happy hangover.
Also, congrats to everyone who's won their fantasy championship.
Well, on that note, congrats to our own Andrew Rodriguez.
Andrew.
The newly minted, show that trophy, AJ.
Yeah.
Fantasy football champion.
New
for
addition. Brand new name.
League of End Zones.
It's a great group.
The League of Record, everything we want to call it.
Our
He
personal
won it.
league, yeah.
And he dominated at the end. Like, he had the right group, made the
Yep.
right moves. Happy birthday and congratulations.
I should have something to say about that.
To Andrew. Episode 200. On today's episode, we're going to get into week 18, top 10. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I already saw it. It's an interesting list. You did one thing that pissed me off, and I can't wait to talk about it.
I already know what it is.
If you're watching here on YouTube, welcome to the channel.
Hi.
Subscribe, turn on notifications. Thanks for joining us there. As we, guys, we're getting close to 1,000 subs. Really close here.
Really taste it, yeah.
Something's cooking, too, about that. Listen on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music to follow us on the audio version of the podcast. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a review. Follow us on Instagram, X, TikTok, search @Bench Show. To follow us on any of those social media platforms, at Bench Show is our handle. Check out benchshow.com, home of the Bench Beat, articles on fandom, fantasy, and all things NFL. I know the professor, David Adams, is cooking up a playoff article here, so that should be fun and extremely detailed.
Yeah, more like what? I gotta read this sentence again.
Okay, so we're recording Monday, and last night, like I said, we were at AJ's house. Any predictions for New Year's at AJ's?
I don't know. I've had New Year's parties. This is like I gotta see the vibe.
This is the first time we've ever done a New Year's party like amongst us.
Normally we're pretty separated when it comes to New Year's.
Right, we all go different ways and have a terrible New Year's with older people.
I think this will be a nice trial run, and we'll get it right next year. We're going to see what do you say?
I watch Twilight Zone with Dad every night. Ring in the New Year.
Exactly.
I'm not even kidding you. I really do.
Honestly, I'm going to see if my wife will stay awake. Last year, she was out.
That's why I have.
That's a big one.
Knocked out.
Will she indulge in an espresso martini, or is that not her thing?
She's pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
A virgin.
So, yes.
I said what I said. So just the coffee. I guess you can't do that. Okay. You know what's funny? You know what's funny about those rules is like most of them are fairly new.
Yeah.
So, okay, sushi. You don't have to not have sushi.
Yeah.
Like there's cultures out there that eat sushi every day.
Back in the
and
day,
have beautiful babies.
Yep.
Back in the day, there was like women smoking like whole fucking cigarettes.
Smoking a
Well,
pack.
I believe the cigarette thing.
That's also harmful to you.
Like that 100% causes cancer.
That toughens up your little baby.
I remember when my wife was pregnant, someone kind of just laid this on me, and I was like, oh my God, you're right. Like all these rules that women have to listen to now out of fear of shame from the pregnancy world.
Yeah.
Like they're all like within the last 30 years.
Yeah, they're like the new trendy ones.
Yeah.
So sushi's crazy.
Can you explain some of those?
The raw fish?
Sushi's the increase. There's an increased probability that you can have mercury poisoning.
Right.
But I mean that's just eating fish in general. So it's not like sushi is bad for you. There's just more of a risk. Coffee, it's just you're over caffeinating the baby, which
So the heart's going a little fast? Is that what?
I mean, but it's not harmful.
Yeah, the rule is really if you have too much coffee, which is like similar to the fish thing. That's the same risk you carry.
Yeah, exactly.
Like this morning, like if you had a bunch of coffee today, that's the same kind of risk.
Yeah.
My wife did used to drink 5 cups of coffee a day when she was in college.
That's wild.
That
seems unhealthy.
Animal.
And then what's the other big ones?
I mean, obviously you can't go on roller coasters. That's pretty.
That
seems
just-
pretty obvious.
That one's obvious.
Stop.
Alcohol though is a fairly new one, but I kind of tend to believe.
Yeah.
I just honestly, I think all these things. We're not doctors, and we don't give out.
Yeah.
I'm a doctor.
Medical advice.
I'm a damn doctor.
Cool. So if anyone gets sued, it's gonna be this idiot saying I'm a doctor. But
You're ratting yourself out. Like a
I feel like
over there.
if the real truth is like you could have all these things in like great moderation.
Yeah. That is the truth. Honestly, so we just moved into a new place. There's like basketball courts, tennis courts there.
Yeah.
I was gonna get me and my wife some tennis like rackets and tennis balls for Christmas. Yeah. Then I was like, oh, she's pregnant. She can't play tennis.
Right.
Then I'm thinking about like when we were living in the wilderness, what those pregnant women were doing every day. I'm like,
Your people, bro.
They're
What the split dick?
we were everywhere.
Bringing down whole
We were
wildebeest.
covering some ground.
we were
Gabe.
You got something to say?
Hispanics were.
Should I talk about your people?
That was Joey.
Should we bring up your people?
I didn't say a damn word. I was keeping my mouth
Crossing
shut.
whole rivers.
We were worshiping the sun god and the moon spirit and the wind
we're
spirit.
joking
the
about
wolves.
this. We're joking about this, but the sentiment is right.
We also traded like Oklahoma for like a bag of rice.
Those people birthed civilization.
We didn't know what currency was.
And even like more recent history, like 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Like they were they're just living life. They just happen to be pregnant.
Riding in Model T cars. That's the same as a
Riding
roller
a
coaster
horse.
today.
Riding a horse, just side saddling it with all 8 months pregnant.
Strangely enough, that's how they got
dress.
pregnant.
Yeah.
Side
From the
saddle.
from the horse.
What? Why from the horse?
This is why you don't give Angel the. You walked into this. Joe.
Wild times over there.
I would no.
The old West.
Listen, this is gonna get real.
That's why I say wild twice.
We're all the same on the inside.
This is gonna get real. This is gonna get real like rated R. But like most people, if you said like, yeah, she got pregnant because of side saddle, you wouldn't think like, oh, she did it with a horse. Like most people think like, oh, probably the man or maybe the father.
That's Angel.
And she's like, oh, did you have it with a horse?
Listen. I saw a season of Yellowstone. Those Cowboys are crazy.
All right. I think this episode is just
Officially gone off the rails.
I think the icebreakers section of it is done.
200, baby.
Ice is broken.
Happy New Year to everyone out there.
Episode 200 well underway.
Oh, we have resolutions.
I was gonna say any resolutions.
You guys, anyone? I got one.
Mine doesn't fit anymore. Actually, I won't say it. I was like, I'm gonna stop being a douchebag, but the whole conversation.
I was gonna say, how'd you break a resolution before New Year's Day?
Because I'm already a douchebag right now.
just gave it up, like, that's not happening.
Be less of a douchebag.
Let's do this. Let's check in because I think statistically,
The second Friday.
It's yep.
Second Friday.
The second Friday
So we'll
of the
check.
New Year.
That's the day
It's
that
known as Quitters Day.
most
be-
people have quit their.
That'll be January 9th.
Yeah, we'll check in then. What your?
When is
what-
Trump getting inaugurated?
Not
Can I
soon
finish my
enough.
damn sentence?
Sorry.
We'll check in then with
Sort of political.
I think it's just to answer your question. I think it's 3 weeks from today. Is it a Monday? It's always a Monday.
Trump's birthday. No. Is that what we're calling it around here?
Biden's birthday.
Make America great again.
And Kamala has to,
Biden's
has to
vacation.
certify it.
Sign it, bitch.
You lost. Loser.
This man didn't even vote. This man did not vote.
I trusted the people.
The man with the American flag right here did not vote. I just want to put that up for the record.
I trusted the people.
Not that it would matter in California.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
Biden.
No, we weren't. No, we weren't. No, we weren't.
I don't know how this went political.
Talking about Biden. Our New Year's resolution, Jeff. We'll check in on Quitter's Day to see what our resolution was and if we kept it.
Okay.
Let's take a quick break. Let's regroup and then talk about football. This is a football podcast.
Oh, that's what this is.
Oh,
Be right back.
We're gonna name them.
Hey, check it out. You're listening to The Bench Project. Project. Hey, check it out. You're listening to The Bench Project. Project, why don't I call it that? Hey, check it out. You're listening to The Bench NFL Project. Project, what the fuck? Check it out. You're listening to The Bench NFL Project. Project. Hey, check it out. You're listening to The Bench Podcast.
Angel's Heavenly 10.
All right. For the last time in the 2024-2025 season, Angels Heavenly Top 10, week number 18. Let's get it started. At number 10, because Jaden Daniels had a great game and Angel is clearly a prisoner of the moment, the Commanders back at number 10. They jumped the Bengals, Buck, and Steelers.
They jumped the Steelers. Steelers are just kind of feel like their bubbles pop. They're like deflating slowly. They're not. They're being outscored.
Yeah, they are.
They're not. They're just not peaking at the right time. They're
Three
just
straight losses to playoff teams will do that.
yeah. And then Bucks. I wanted to put them in here.
Bucks are better than the Commanders, straight up.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Guys, Bucks or Commanders?
Bucks.
Bucks, yeah.
You're wrong.
Well, Commanders here.
Bengals or Commanders?
Bengals.
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 I love the Bengals.
Commanders.
God, you're so wrong.
I'm not-
You're such a prisoner of the
I'm
moment.
so right.
Okay,
I'm so
I'll
right.
give you. Why the Commanders?
I think they're playing. How do I say this? They have the best quarterback play besides Burrow. That's what I like here.
Baker or Burrow, guys? Not Baker or Burrow.
Baker
or
Jaden
Daniels.
Take Jaden Daniels.
Not even close.
Over the season, Baker. Right now,
Burrow.
Right.
No,
we're not talking
Baker,
Burrow's not in there.
That's my fault. That's my fault. I said it weird.
Besides
Burrow.
Burrow.
Saying
Besides
Baker
Burrow.
or Jaden
Baker or
Daniels.
Jaden Daniels.
Oh. That's how when you're like right now. I'm like, what do you mean right now?
Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
right. I think I'd take Jaden Daniels right now.
take Jaden Daniels.
Okay,
Right, the
it's
way
close.
he's playing right now.
I go
Nah,
Baker,
screw it,
but
Baker. I'm going
I
Baker.
go Baker, but it is close. Why the Commanders?
Well, it's just because I'm kind of trusting the rookie magic here. I know it's going to fade out in the playoffs, but right now, as of week 17, they're the 10th best team in the NFL.
This is why you piss me off.
You guys,
I'm trusting the. That's your.
they are their best quarterback play. Besides, Bengals aren't in the playoffs. Bengals are 8-8 for a reason, and they beat the Broncos.
How do you even argue that? Like, how good does Joe Burrow have to be be better than rookie magic?
Well,
What's the conversion rate on that?
It's the whole team, Joey. And the Bengals are 8-8, and the Commanders are 11-5. I don't care. Look, a win's a win, and they're 11-5 for a reason.
Commanders haven't beat a playoff team
They are
yet.
a good football team.
Against
they're in the
not
playoffs.
against
they're
not
in the
playoff
playoffs
teams.
for a reason in a very tough NFC.
They're not better than the
That
Bengals
counts
or
for
Bucks.
something.
You could not convince me they're better than the
Well,
Bengals.
this is my list, and not yours.
I know. I'm saying that this is why your list is ass
No,
because
no,
they're
this
not
is-
better
no,
than the
no.
Bengals
You
or
just-
the Bucks.
You just hate the Commanders because you're an Eagle fan.
Oh shit!
All three of us said that.
No. All season.
No,
you
no.
haven't
All
said one
three of us.
thing nice about the
Nope.
Commanders.
All three of us said.
Say one nice thing about
Jaden
the
Daniels
Commanders.
is the rookie of the year. He's the best rookie quarterback since RG3.
Did that hurt you?
No, because I've been saying that all year.
No.
Okay, but all three of us literally said the Bengals and the Bucks are better. So it's not a me thing. This is a you thing
No,
that
Commanders are
you
better.
believe in the Commanders,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
don't
Yeah, I believe in them. Yeah,
because they got a good rookie
think
quarterback.
Depending on who they play in the first playoff, I think they're going to put up a pretty good fight. Bengals,
You remember that sheep that they fed the T-Rex with in Jurassic Park?
No.
That's what the Commanders
He
are.
wants to hunt. No, of course I remember that guy. R.I.P. to him, legend.
I don't remember his name.
Yeah,
But that's what the Commanders are. They're that little sheep chained to the pole.
No, I think the Commanders are a good football team. I think they belong on this top 10 list.
Yeah, I'm agree to disagree. The Chargers at number 9 at 10-6.
They move up one.
They move up one.
Yeah.
They won 40-7.
J.K. Dobbins back changes,
And
their
that was a big
offense.
deal to you?
Yeah. And still, I mean, for not having any marquee weapons, McConkey's pretty good. They just make it work.
Wait, press pause real quick. Not literally on the show, but are the Chargers better than the Bengals and Bucks?
Chargers, yes. Chargers, yeah.
I know you think that, but
No.
I'm gonna go.
Jeez, man.
That's tough.
They're not better than the Bengals. Where the Bengals are playing right now, if they're to play against each other in a
Chargers
shootout
are winning
game,
the 4 straight. They're a hot team. And
You'd honestly pick the Chargers
Over
in
the
a-
Bengals?
in a game at a neutral site.
I just
Chargers
did.
against Bengals.
I
You
just
would
did.
not
you
even a
would pick the
neutral
Chargers.
site. Let's go ahead and have it in like.
That's true. The
Los Angeles.
LA is a neutral site.
So you're talking about SoFi.
So they're home.
yeah. I like Harbaugh and Herbert a lot right now. I think they're playing good ball at the right time.
I
and
go
they're healthy.
Bengals, and I think it's a toss-up between the Bucks.
Chargers are a good football team, though. Yeah, I like the Chargers a lot.
Yeah,
I think just overall in general, good year one for.
I do not like
Harbaugh
your
here.
9 and 10, but I mean it's your 9 and 10.
Yeah.
Rams number 8. I love that. I love that they're back in the playoffs
Moving up
for
one.
sure.
Yeah.
I love that they're healthy. I think they're a team that I would love to play the Commanders. I would hate to play the Rams.
Yeah, because they have Stafford and they've been there, done that.
Yeah. Defense is young, hungry. The Rams to me. Do you guys any issue with them? Number 8.
None at all.
Not at all.
Yeah, love it. Packers at number 7 Have they ever been not number 7?
They were at 6 last week.
Oh, there you go. 6 or 7.
It's hard to break that top 5. You have to be like a different tier of team.
No, they haven't proved it yet.
Yeah,
they
top
haven't
5 is
earned
tough.
it yet.
Yeah, I'm good with them there.
They moved down 1. I don't punch them too much for losing to like Minnesota. That's like the
Did they just flip with the Ravens?
yeah.
They've been just flipping.
It's not losing
And it's
to
fair.
the Vikings. It's not beating another playoff team.
It's
It's
just-
just the biggest
I
one
thought
to
you were going to
hang
say
over.
not beating the Vikings. I was like,
It's the not beating them.
it's getting late.
It's getting late.
Yeah, I'm okay with them there. And then we can talk about the Ravens too, because these two teams are kind of like their own
I
tier.
think they are their same
You
team.
just don't really like Lamar Jackson having the best season of his career, and you're just like, I still don't believe in you. Like,
Yeah, that's rough, man.
Because-
and he has done that himself.
yeah, and this will only be proven wrong if they do it in the playoffs.
Not a
If-
Star Wars
What happens? What happens to this?
Never seen the movie.
You never seen the
What
movie.
happens to this?
That was your moment.
to this Ravens team if they lose in the playoffs in the first round? Like, do you
It
run
just confirms
do you
what we all
No,
believe.
like, dude, just run back with Harbaugh or what? What do you
What,
do?
you going to fire Harbaugh?
But what do you do? It's the same thing over and over and over. Like, it's honestly getting to the point where it's like, we have to do something. It has to be different here.
I agree with you. It's okay, so it's not going to be Lamar.
It's not
Just
Lamar.
signed him. I can't imagine it's Harbaugh.
But you have to, if you keep losing the same way, I'm saying, like, there's no like,
I don't know who you hang this on.
yeah, it's tough because you don't really
Like,
know.
who's the scapegoat here? I
You
don't know.
just run it back with more talent. You just put more.
Yeah, you try to go
you
get
keep
more
going
weapons.
for it. It could be a whole lot worse than that. Believe me.
Is it the DC? Does he get the? Is he the scapegoat?
They do need some help on the defensive side. I think the loss of Mike McDonald really hurt them early on, and they had to rebound. Now they're playing better, but they had to rebound. Now they're kind of. I still don't get their usage of Derrick Henry. They like don't want to overuse him for whatever reason.
Yeah.
That could
like-
be an age thing, though.
I know, but
you want to preserve him right now.
I know, but like I said, also they've been more creative with the other running backs than Derrick Henry. Like they put Justice Hill in some crazy formation there, or Keaton Mitchell, and Derrick Henry's just like a basic. Like he's more than just a basic running back. He's Derrick Henry.
I mean, it's probably because they know what they're going to get out of him. They don't have to run him do all those plays.
yeah.
If you get another back, imagine if the Ravens go into the playoffs
well,
and they have another guy.
that's what we thought Keaton Mitchell was going to be. They're just kind of babying him back, but
Yeah.
the Ravens are just it's hard to believe in them because they're hard to believe in.
Yeah.
And Lamar Jackson might win MVP, and I still don't believe in this team.
Comment your list a little bit. I mean, everything you're saying right now, you could say about the Packers. So it makes perfect sense why these two teams are.
Yeah,
right next to
they're
each
just
other.
kind of.
I love this.
They're going to compete. For
Who do you
6
believe in
7.
more going to the playoffs? I guess it has to be the Ravens. We did pick them to get to the Super Bowl.
I'm not believing.
I believe in the Packers more than the Ravens.
Man, it's just tough because like they're so talented.
Ravens, yeah,
Like there's so many stars on the field.
yeah.
All right, guys, special treat for you on the phone now. Our very own, Bench.com's very own, the writer for most of the Bench Beat, Professor David Adams.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing, Dave?
We're not worthy.
I am excited to be here. I am sad that I lost in the semifinals last week, but at least I'm happy I didn't trade off Brian Thomas Jr. for a championship.
Oh,
Yeah, good man, good man.
There's a lot.
Just on to 2025, right?
Right. Yeah, we congratulate. We know Andrew on the show, obviously, so we congratulate him as well. First time champ.
It's good to see teams breaking through and winning titles, which hopefully somebody can do to the Chiefs this year. We've gotten too many Chiefs wins here recently. We gotta mix things up.
Well, that's a great segue. I want to pick your brain about whether or not that's going to be the Ravens this year. Going into the playoffs, Lamar Jackson's having his best statistical season ever. They have Derrick Henry healthy. They're as healthy as I think they've been all year, and yet the narrative is definitely not like, all right, the championship is going through Baltimore and Lamar Jackson. They're kind of where they've always been. So first question, how do you feel the Ravens heading into the playoffs? Second question, if they were to lose again, if they were to flame out, choke it away, whatever you want to call it, what do you do this offseason?
So I will say that I think the Ravens are being underrated on this show for one major reason, and that's that two of my esteemed colleagues here are huge Eagles fans.
Okay.
And that was the one time this year that a team just flat out beat us, right? That a team just showed up, played a better game, really in just about every aspect than us. And so, as you know, those kind of big, high-profile games, a lot of times, right, are where we draw the most conclusions. But besides that, right, we went toe-to-toe with the Chiefs in Week 1. Isaiah Likely's toe costing us a chance to the win.
Yeah.
We beat up on the Broncos. We handled the Chargers fairly easily. And then even our losses have been pretty dumb ones. But then we got revenge against the Steelers recently, and it's been falling off, but handled them there. And then back in week 4, right? Beat up on the Bills 35-10. We're 2-0 against Cincinnati this year, even though both of them were nail biters that could have swung the other way. So we've had some bad performances in the kind of just dumb, shoot yourself in the foot, just boneheaded mistakes kind of way.
Yeah.
But we've only had one loss that we just got flat out pounded. And that was against, a real litmus test team, a real team that you need to beat if you're going to cement yourself as some kind of inner circle contender.
Yeah.
And hey, you got to take the questions that come along with that. But I think we've been fairly consistent. I mean, even with, beating up on Houston, Houston's fun, right? They didn't take the step with Stroud this year that they were hoping to, but beating up on them on Christmas and some of that, I think we've got pretty good momentum. But the problem is, right, that anytime a team has achieved the level of regular season success that we have recently, then, hey, for better or worse, you get to be defined by what they do in the playoffs, right? If we don't like that, we can, go be 9-8 every year and be happy. We got to 11-6, hooray. But because because Lamar has 2 MVPs and maybe he'll get a third because we've put together a good roster. At this point now, there is just that pressure of you have to break through, you have to win. And it's a disappointment, if you don't.
If they were to lose, who is the name? Who's the scapegoat? Or do they just run it back?
To give a bad answer, I don't think there's one that obviously comes to mind because I think we have the tools that we need to win.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, we could end up in the game, and Lamar could throw 3 picks,
right?
And Zay Flowers could fumble it on the goal line, and Todd Monken could choose not to call a run all the second half or whatever.
That's who it is.
But there's nothing structural that's just broken, right? First half of the season, our defense was broken, but we got it back, right? There's nothing structural that's just like, there's no way this thing gets fixed. So something might break the day of, right? Like we might lose. Right. Patrick Mahomes might tear up our secondary. Our run game might not be able to establish itself. Todd Monken might not run it enough. But I think that we've worked our way through the obvious flaws. That there's nothing that's just like, oh man, if we fail, it's going to be because of this. We've been able to problem solve enough in season to be able to find a way out. I will say though that if I had to pick one, I will say that our receivers have been pretty good this year. This has quietly been a pretty nice Rashad Bateman year. I don't know his stats have been incredible, but just like on the field, on the tape, he's been pretty good. Zay Flowers is over 1,000 yards, but we don't have that guy that can just go win catches. Like Mark Andrews is come on strong in the second half of the season. He's a good red zone weapon, things like that. But even, man, if you have, on one day, DeAndre Hopkins can be that. On one day, obviously you get that Amon-Ra St. Brown here, that Justin Jefferson here. Like, there are those guys out there. And we kind of don't have that player. So if there's a good game plan for our receivers, they got to show that they can just win one-on-one matchups.
Right.
If nothing's open underneath, if it's just daring us to take shots over the top, and the defensive backs can stick close enough to force wins at the catch point. Because even like in the last Pittsburgh game, there's that 4th down play. Russell Wilson threw it up, and it was pretty well designed, and they got a one-on-one matchup. But it's like 5'10" Calvin Austin against 6'4" Kyle Hamilton.
Right.
Hey, we can handle one side of that.
Yeah.
That's kind of what all of our receivers are like. Bateman's got a little more size than that, but if it comes down to, Zay Flowers win a 40-yard jump ball, it's not really his game. So that is the one thing that we say, hey, that's a little tricky, but we have the pieces we need. When we finish the job, who knows, right? Maybe not. Plenty of teams don't. There can only be one champ. But there's nothing that's so broken, the way I see it right now, that it's just, oh man, that's what's going to let them down.
Right.
We've got the opportunity in front of us.
Yeah. I mean, that's a fair answer. Ravens moving forward, we'll see how they go. I love that you're maybe the smartest man I know personally, and yet when it comes to the Ravens and football, you're just a fan through and through. And I love your undying faith in Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, no matter what. That's what we love about this show. A show by the fans for the fans. And thanks for joining us, man.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, glad to be able to hop on this call and excited to see how the rest of it shakes out. I've got a couple of rankings in there that, as y'all said, I agree with. So I'm looking forward to the conversation. Those of y'all that are listening, you should go argue with each other in the comments, right? And express your fandom. And thanks for letting me be a part.
We gotta get you in studio soon, my friend.
Yeah, real quick, D. I
absolutely.
can't wait for the Vikings to just prove you wrong, man. I can't wait.
Oh, hey, I will take a loss to the Vikings if that means we get to the Super Bowl. Obviously, we want to get to the top of the mountain. I'll take the Super Bowl at this point, though.
Fair enough.
We'll take it.
Thanks, man.
100%.
Yep. Let's go to 5 here. The Detroit Lions at 13-2.
Now 14-2.
14-2.
14-2 after the win tonight. This is the lowest they've been, I think, all year.
Yeah, they were 5 last week too. Defense scares me. It's getting a little loosey goosey.
They were taken to the brink by the Niners, who have absolutely nothing to play with, and Jake Moody missed every field goal.
Yeah, Jake Moody refused to let them win.
Jake Booty.
Jake Booty, more like Jake ass.
So any other? That's not even clever. That's not even clever. But like,
Totally unnecessary.
is that the only reason that they're down here because of the defense?
Injuries, just injuries on both sides of the ball. Montgomery might come back, but if he does come back, he's gonna be playing hurt. He tore his MCL. I don't care what they say. He still has a bad MCL.
He is without an MCL.
Yeah, so I don't care what you say. You can juice them up all you want.
You need one of those. To
Yeah,
play.
you need 2 of those actually in both of these. And then the
Angel is a doctor.
I'm a doctor, folks. And then the Lions defense. That's I know Kerber Joseph has had his 9th pick today. Brian Branch is good, but they're getting these scores are a little too close for me to pick them over.
Do you know what healthy cornerbacks they have left? Because I know they've had some injuries.
They have
there.
Arnold still.
Arnold,
Taron Arnold,
and they still have Carlson Davis.
Oh, man, I'm blanking out. If they did,
They're not names that are going to scare you in the playoffs.
It's just and in the playoffs you could be playing against like just in NFC alone. You'd be playing A.J. Brown. You'd be playing Justin Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? Like guys like that you have to go through. Yeah. That's what kind of scares me. Like who can have against Justin Jefferson? Yeah. That next week we'll find out. I mean, this week Sunday night.
And Gibbs is incredible, but the loss of Montgomery does mean something.
Yeah, he's a tone. I mean, Gibbs is incredible, but Montgomery was like the heartbeat of that offense. He was like a tough runner. He was underrated his whole career, and it's kind of like the face of this team because this whole team is about being underrated, being overlooked, and yeah, it's just injuries. Injuries kind of scare me, and the top 4 teams just less hurt and peaking, and the Lions are kind of like just staying afloat where they are right now. They're not getting better. They're just kind of staying afloat.
And a lot of times in the playoffs, that's really all that matters. Who's the healthiest?
Yeah, who's the healthiest? Yeah.
Yeah. So move on here. The Bills at number 4, 13-3.
Put up. Ben kick some ass. I'll just say it like that.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say a lot of things.
I heard the word Ben now.
Ben, it's like,
they killed the
Jets.
Yeah.
Gangsta's Paradise Jets.
Gangsters Jets. Yeah. What a stupid move.
But yeah, the Bills. It's all on Josh Allen now.
Josh Allen.
Put the cape on, young man.
I know some people. I think Terrell doesn't like that. It's so Josh Allen, but I love that because this is like a classic. Like in the NBA, it used to be like Kobe Bryant and a bunch of role players, but it's like the Celtics. Yeah. It seems like that's what this is. Like it's just Josh Allen and a bunch of guys that believe in Josh Allen versus the world. And they're really good at doing that. A credit to Joe Brady for making this offense more balanced. We don't really know who's gonna hurt you here. Amari Cooper finally showed up, but you don't even need him to win because you could win in other ways. But besides Amari Cooper, defensively they're actually playing pretty good. So yeah, this team is great.
All right, at number 3, you have the Minnesota Vikings at 14-2. Listen, you have Chiefs 2-1. I think everyone's gonna pretty much have that. Chiefs at 15-1. Eagles at 3-13 or 13-3. Yeah. The Vikings are really the big story here. Yeah. Move into your top 3. 14-2. I mean, it's hard to argue against them, but why'd they jump?
Top 3 defensive unit, top 10 offensive unit. Like I've been saying, very balanced team. Sam Darnold, he's proven everyone wrong, and we didn't believe it in Baker Mayfield till he did it. We didn't believe in Geno Smith till he did it. I'm on the train now. I believe in Sam Darnold because I believe in the system around him. It's not just him. It's O'Connell. It's Justin Jefferson. It's Addison. Yeah. It's Aaron Jones. It's Hockenson. There's a very balanced team offensively.
It would be the first time, though, we've seen one of these guys, if he did, make a deep playoff run. Yeah. I guess Jared Goff has had some good playoff runs, but no one's really had that deep playoff run as a kind of a retread superstar quarterback. Yeah. Looking forward to Sam Darnold. Guys, any issue with the Vikings at number 3?
No, none at all. They could end up being the top seed in the NFC this time next week.
Yeah, they literally could.
Yeah.
I tell you what, if I'm the Vikings, the statement you could make on Sunday night.
Yep. If you just obliterate the Lions, imagine if they win like 40-20 or
They're
whatever.
gonna beat them. They're gonna win.
The whole narrative is completely changed if they beat the Lions because going into next year, regardless what happens, like in the postseason, they're now the team in the NFC.
Oh, yeah.
Can I make a prediction here? They're gonna beat them. They're gonna beat them badly.
They might.
I think the Lions are too hurt.
Who's guarding Justin Jefferson?
Who's guarding Justin Jefferson?
Who's doing that in the league? League
who
wide.
on the? I mean, I don't. I think the Vikings are just
They're good.
in the right place right now to beat almost anyone, especially a team that's. Listen, we saw the 49ers take the Lions to the brink.
Yeah.
I mean, Purdy and Ricky Pearsall.
Pearsall and whoever running backs
Like
that they got.
whoever this week is going to get ripped on the tape against Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah.
The next thing they're going to hear is this week you have Justin Jefferson.
And then Jordan Addison.
Yeah, and if by chance you get switched off with Justin Jefferson, Jordan
And
Addison.
then still T.J. Hawkinson.
By the way, Naylor caught 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, Naylor's
Like,
also
it's
been good
just-
there. Yeah.
They're really, really good. Aaron Jones and Cam Akers are just enough out of the backfield to have to respect it at least.
And then I want to see Jared Goff against this elite defense.
Yeah.
This is
I
a very
love
good
that we're going
defense.
to get Jared Goff and Sam Darnold, and it's the most important game of the year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Number one.
Freaking love
number one seed in the NFC.
That's
Crazy.
why the NFL is the best.
Yeah. It's
All
the
right,
best.
that is our episode number 200. It went off the rails there a couple times.
Real quick, I
Yeah.
got something cool. Angels Heavenly 10 from week 1. You want to go over it real
yes.
quick?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to go 10-1 or 1-10?
Let's go 10-1.
Yeah. 10-1.
10-1. Number 10, the New York Jets.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah,
I probably have number 1.
I
come a
had them
long
on
way,
the, I had
baby.
them on the
Come a
top
long
10.
way, yeah.
Number 9, Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay, fair.
well, you had them at number 9 right now, so maybe that's.
You
that's
had the
kind of-
Bengals at 9.
No. Joey did.
I have them at 9.
He has
right
them
now.
at 9 now, but Angel had them at 9 week 1.
Angel has them at like 11 to 12 right now, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 8, Green Bay Packers. They love that spot.
They finished at 7. They're consistent. Actually, that was a pretty good. Good projection then.
Number 7, Houston Texans.
Oh, my baby lambs. They're gonna
You
get a
really went deep in that.
they're gonna get a home game and it's gonna suck.
Yeah. Number 6, Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
Why are you so down?
We were a little sour on them not having any weapons.
Yeah,
it was
that
the
was-
weapons.
that was
I
the
remember
weapons
that was a
argument.
conversation.
Yeah, it was the weapons argument.
Turns out he doesn't need them.
Yeah,
Turns out he sneaks himself.
good call on that one.
He's the only
He
weapon
just
he
him
needs.
and Haley.
Him and Haley.
Number 5, Baltimore Ravens.
So they're at number
I
6
knew
now.
Haley was going to come up with something.
So they're number 6 now.
She's
so
so beautiful.
close.
Number 4, San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
That's
The biggest disappointment.
Yeah.
of the year.
Joey called that
Joey
one
did
too.
call
Is
this
that-
one.
What are the 2 teams? I'd say we're going to have
Niners
a rough
and
year.
Bengals.
Niners and the.
Well, Bengals having a great.
I have no idea.
I would say honestly, I was wrong on the Bengals. They've had a great year. It's just
They just had some bad luck.
they haven't had the same disaster like the Niners.
The Niners are terrifying.
Even though
Niners.
disaster, they're only like 2 games behind the Bengals. So like it's not. They're still talented. It's Niners that just
The
sucks.
Niners are 6 and what?
6-10.
Yeah. Jeez.
They were at 4.
Might as well be 0-16. Like it doesn't matter.
Jeez.
All right. Number 3, Philadelphia Eagles. Number 2, Detroit Lions, and number 1, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Chiefs, I don't think I've ever left the top
Freaking
5.
Chiefs, dude.
Well, they're the Chiefs, man. What are you gonna do?
They're 15
and
and 1 now.
they're healthy.
They're healthy.
They're 15-1 hurt.
You know what? Some people can even say that they're the best team in the NFL right now. Like I wouldn't say that, but some people could
It's
make an
just
argument.
their health, like Adams was saying, like their health, and then how they have played and progressed.
They're 15-1, and they're playing the best ball they've played all season.
Fuck that.
They just look like the Chiefs again.
Yeah.
It's like.
But now they're like weapons everywhere. Weapons galore. Deep
and
wide
let me
room.
remind you, like AJ told us, they're gonna have a month off.
Yeah, that's crazy.
A month off.
How's that? How's it?
We laughed the last show, but you said 20. I was like 27 days.
No, so
long
think
time.
about it. Last time they played was Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had 4 days off
Yep.
in week 17, another 7 days in week 18,
Yep.
another 7 days leading up to
Week one of the playoffs.
week 1 of the playoffs, and then another 7 days after that. So I was off. It's like 24, 25 days.
And they'll probably have like a series or 2 of rest. And
watch them play Monday night of that.
The very last game.
I mean, that's huge though, because the Pacheco and Hollywood Brown are gonna have another month.
Yeah.
a month to get to
get
get
healthy.
healthy. Yeah.
Wow.
It's just, and if Patrick Mahomes did actually have a hurt ankle, that'll be just a non-factor anymore.
Yeah.
Like he'll be totally fine again.
Yeah. I mean, he plays either way, but yeah, it's
Damn, the Chiefs are gonna go to the Super Bowl. Aren't they?
yeah, they might win the whole thing, and we could be arguing about Vikings and the Ravens and the Bengals.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. The Chiefs are gonna win the whole thing.
All right, that's our episode number 200. Hey, congrats to all you guys
Congrats,
for 200.
fellas.
Thank you to
Yeah.
all you. Not only AJ and Gabe, but Andrew, David Adams,
Yep.
Greg Fryer, all you guys who
Terrell.
my bad team. And then my co-host himself, 200 episodes. That's awesome, guys. Looking forward to the next 200.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. We'll see you on Monday. Bye.
Peace.